Welcome back. My name is Ben. So today when it comes to tvOS, I'm happy to let you know that we have a new beta that has been released. And right here, as you can see, when we go into our system and go to software update and check for an update right here, you can see the current version I'm on, but as it checks for a software update, it finds one which is tvOS 26.0 with a build number 23J5316G. So it seems like the only change that's here is the one in the build number, but pretty much the rest are the same, as well as the other letter that's existing. So just so that I'm updated, I'll quickly download it right now, and to keep you in the loop and updated with the latest updates that are out there right now, you can see here, if we go to the Apple developer page, Apple recently released beta 4 versions of all these updates that you see here. So we have watchOS 26, visionOS 26, tvOS 26, of course this is the video for that. We have macOS 26 beta 4, iPad, and iOS 26 beta 4. Most of these I do cover here on the channel, so if you want to keep up to date, definitely do subscribe so that you don't miss out. Now what I'm going to finish doing is update my Apple TV, and then we're going to look at some of the changes that this update has to offer. My device has now been updated. Now if I go into the settings just like this to show you what are the new software changes, you can see under the software update page, we now have a pop-up screen that tells us your device is up to date, and it now shows the latest build number that corresponds with tvOS 26 beta 6. And it's a good thing that yes, this matches with what's on the Apple developer page. Sometimes there is a mismatch. So in terms of what's new, Apple hasn't really updated a lot. You can see under the what's new page, they still talk about Snoopy, which isn't actually new in tvOS 26. I wish they would update this page eventually to show what is latest and current with tvOS 26, but Snoopy sometimes does show different animations that I've never seen before in other previous versions. And of course also the background that you're going to see here is going to depend on what's on your screen or your main show right there. So you see this one has a yellowish theme. If I go down, you can see how it's blurred in the background. And also I'm just doing this to give you a view of the liquid glass display theme that is there. It's more prominent on like Apple application. So for example, if I hover over like the App Store, you can see how it's prominent a little bit. It's reflective. You can see the settings app. If I move side to side like this, you can see, it has that reflectiveness of it, and it has like a shade of light and dark that keeps moving. There's more Apple apps here that also got the same, the change and theme, so it's translucent that way. I was hoping to see maybe a little bit of difference in translucency, maybe slightly different when it comes to the top shelf that you see there, which has these apps, which are the Apple TV, YouTube, Netflix, music, fitness, and sing. But other than that, it seems like it's a little bit translucent as compared to the previous beta when it comes to that section. But yeah, not too many changes right here. Another thing I wanted to show you here has to do with the screensaver. So if we go into the settings and then go to the aerial screensaver, you can see when we go to choose the aerials, Apple hasn't brought back the names of the different areas that we have, whether it's in the cityscape category that you can see right here, it's not yet back. If we go to the earth category, nothing has been updated, and it seems like that's the same for landscape, and also that's the same when you go underwater. I used to like it when we had the names show up, and whether you hide all or show all, it doesn't seem to be or to make any difference. And someone actually mentioned that they were having issues with like hiding certain ones. So you can see if I hide all, I can basically go down to like one, which is one of my favorite. This, if I click on it, it removes the hidden icon, and technically it should show up when I select areas and choose cityscapes. Because it's the only one selected, it should be on repeat, and then maybe I'll choose this bridge as well. But yeah, some people were saying there was an issue with that. I did manage to test it and it was working and pretty good, but the only difference is that Apple removed the names as opposed to what we used to have. Another thing I wanted to show you here, if we go into the Apple TV app right there and then press our power button, you can see the liquid glass theme and the translucency of the control center right there. It just blends in properly. It doesn't have like background, so it makes it seem like these icons are floating and they are not intrusive. So even though I haven't like started watching this Apple TV show, for example, if you were to go to another one, you can see how it reflects. Like you can see this audio and the power, and basically as the different shows slide into view, you can see how it basically reflects those colors to show what you are doing, so it won't intrude in what you are doing, and that's good. It doesn't seem like it's improved. It seems to me it's pretty much similar to what we had with the previous beta, but it's a good addition that Apple added to the Apple TV. And for example, if you begin to play a show and access it like this, you can see how it shows just like this, and it will basically just be there. It will be at the forefront, but it won't be as intrusive as what we had before when there was background for it. Another slight change that I should show you, if you are connected to audio, for example, and you want to change your audio, there's a slight change when it comes to basically the audio indicator. I can't get it to show up on my Apple TV right here, but yeah, it does animate in and it also animates out, which is pretty good. Another thing I wanted to show you is the translucency of the library shelf. So you can see here, if I was to go to the library shelf and then just press back and then press back again, you can see how it basically shows the text in the background, and you can see a little bit of what's going on. Although this section has more of a frosted glass theme, it's not as basically translucent as what you see when you go home and go to your top shelf. You can see this top shelf really pops and shows colors. It almost, you know, has a opacity that is greater than what we saw in the shelf. And also, just to keep you updated, a couple of users mentioned that this update was breaking certain streaming applications. I updated, and you can see here when I play a certain video on YouTube, this is one of my like macOS 26 beta 4 video that came out alongside this update. But you can see before the update, I didn't have the issue where I would basically be unable to play videos on streaming applications such as Netflix or YouTube, HBO, among others. So it's working for me, and after you update, it should be okay. At least for me, for now, this is what I've been able to find. To keep you in the loop and updated, in case you're wondering when the next tvOS update could be coming out, you can see that Apple recently released tvOS 18.6 RC. So this actually came out one day before this tvOS 26 beta 4 that we're talking about. So it released on July 21st, and so if we open up our calendar, you can see that that was on Monday. Most likely what's going to happen is that tvOS 18.6 is going to be released officially on Monday 28th, and then another thing that we might see on this week of the 21st up to the 24th, there's a high chance that the first public beta version of like tvOS 26, iOS 26, among others, might be released alongside this. And usually when that happens, we then move developer betas onto weekly releases. So that would mean that after tvOS 18.6 is released on Monday, maybe on Tuesday we might get another update, which would be tvOS 26 beta 5. So we'll see how Apple plays their cards right here, but that's how historically it's been, and that's how this update has been for me. Not a lot of changes, and I was hoping they would make more changes, but at this point in time, those are what I could find after updating and trying the software and doing a bit of research. So that's it for me for now. If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.